Hey guys, this is Steve,
This is Joe.
and this is the 40 Ounce Podcast.
Ooh. Ooh.
Cobras, man.
King Cobra, apparently.
Yes, sir.
This has a flavor.
Mine's not bad. It's kind of smooth.
It's got a flavor, though.
Yeah, it definitely has that,
Like the actual,
slight
swallowing
malt
is
liquor
fine, but
flavor.
the
Right.
taste,
Yeah, you get a little taste.
oh, gross. Out of context.
What's up, everyone? Happy 11th episode.
11th episode. Wow. The 11th hour.
Yeah, that's
11th
right.
half hour.
11th half hour. So,
The 6.5th hour.
yeah. So, good work, team.
5.5.
Absolutely.
Math.
So, what's going on, Joe?
You know.
Nice.
Yeah, you know.
Nice.
Well, we're sober right now.
Mm.
Which is a
Thankfully.
departure from our previous episode.
Yeah, a note on the previous episode.
Yeah,
I
we
think-
tried to make it clear, but
I think Joe agrees, and I think we mentioned it last week or something. We're never ever going to do that again.
it was such
Where
a
we-
trial.
It hurt. It was unpleasant. It wasn't fun. But here we are back where we're supposed to be.
Sober selves.
So I'm a real nerd. I'm a real big nerd.
Okay.
And there's some things that are nerdy that like people do. It's like, oh, you play video games, you're a nerd. But that's not really a nerd. That's like
Right.
anyone.
You have to be a nerd from inside. It's not about
And
actions.
yeah, and some things that like I am taking an action soon that is more distinctly nerdy than maybe anything I've ever done.
Uh-huh.
I'm about to get involved in a play by email game
are
of
you playing?
Axis and Allies.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
the good thing is you don't have to deal with all those fucking pieces.
Yeah, you don't have to do there's
I've
like
never
a billion.
played this game. I hear it's like Risk, but less fun and more moving shit around.
Yeah, it's
Well, I don't mean to shit on it.
no, I'm excited, but I'm nervous because it's going to take us like a million years. And the premise of this, it's a board game. For those of you who are not familiar with Axis and Allies, where you basically just play World War II. There's going to be 5 players. Each player takes a power. It's Germany, Japan versus the U.S., Great Britain, and Russia. So I've been assigned Japan,
Oh, awesome.
which is it's very interesting thinking about like what I'm going to be doing and like how I should change my strategy based on what
Are all your objectives
happened.
based on like?
we're playing a
history?
total domination mode. So it's take over all the major cities. There's 12 cities across the board.
Okay.
So my goal is basically going to be control the Pacific so I can harry the U.S. and Russia and some of the British territories without spreading myself too thin. So it's like very like hyper realistic to the game. Meanwhile, like I only have one ally, and that's Germany, while they're going to be sort of blitzing and trying to take as much of whatever
But
as
it
they
is
can.
teams, like you win
It's
as
teams.
a team.
Right. Either Axis or
So
Allies will win.
Germany doesn't eventually take over Japan. That's
No,
what
no.
happened, Probably.
No. Germany went out first.
Well, I know, but
Yes, though, that probably would have happened, had like Hitler had his way. But it's really fun, but it's really nerdy.
yeah,
And-
and playing by email, I imagine is
There's like a website that will track all of our moves. So I'm just sort of giving you guys a warning on the other end of this podcast because next week I might not sound the same. There are some physical
You-
changes that might take
You
place.
mean you might have a crazy stereotypical accent all of a sudden?
I might switch from my normal sexy tones to
Hero.
well,
Oh,
now I'm going to be moving my frigates across the Pacific to attack Los Angeles.
that's a really offensive Japanese accent, Steve.
Well, I'll be moving my submarines to Los Angeles.
You'll see, me love you long time.
Oh no.
Pushes up glasses.
Pushes up the glasses. So that's what's up with me.
Yeah, cool. Well, I don't have a thing that's up with me, but I was thinking about this. You know, people like they're in a bad mood or whatever. To get their mind right, they'll like listen to a good song, or like there are these new apps where like you play like audio landscapes that are supposed to change your mood
And like calm you or like
right.
energize you or something.
Or you could just like do straight up drugs that
Mhm.
Mimic happiness.
Which I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking you could have a similar thing to that, except it'd just be like really awesome things to think about.
Okay.
Like, don't you have like things you think about sometimes? You're like, damn, that's awesome, and it puts you in a better mood.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, like just the whole concept of like the discovery of dinosaurs. Like that dinosaurs died, and then they got buried deep in the earth,
Right.
and they were preserved to the point where we could like figure out that there are these fucking crazy cool like. People overlook how fucking cool dinosaurs are.
Well, we
Like,
just
it's impossible to overstate.
I don't know if you remember last week, Joe.
I've listened back, so I do now.
Dinosaurs are a conspiracy, so
Oh.
I know, but if they were real,
If they were real, it's like the greatest story ever told.
and it's
so
a little
cool.
scary too.
So I would just have an app that would just be like, dude, just calm down. Think about dinosaurs. Think about how fucking awesome that is. And that's
Right.
what it would say
Right,
to you.
right, or like anything like that. But like think about planets. Like think about planets, dude.
Like, seriously, think about it for a second.
Like think about size and scale just for 1 second,
Seriously.
bro. Seriously, bro.
Or would this be audio or text?
It's actually not any sounds. It's just, bro. Seriously, bro. Think about it, bro.
this shit for a second. I don't know. It's less of an app and more of your annoying friend while you're high.
Bro. Think about like
No,
the population,
Dude,
bro.
think about it.
Bro, think about like how many people.
Like, seriously? How many fucking people? And you're like, dude, I know, I get it. And he's like, no,
No, dude, no.
think about it.
Like really think.
And you should think about it, because sometimes... Here's another one is, you know that split-second pause when you're talking to someone, like, generally a close friend, you're talking to someone, and you're expecting them to be saying something, but they're not saying something for a second. You're like, what's this pause about? And you're in this moment. And people forget about this moment because the explanation comes right after when they fart. And you're like, oh, they were farting. They were, like, about to fart. And
Does
like,
that happen a lot to you?
well, because you can't talk and fart at the same time. Like, you can't have your breathing going while you're farting because you need to clench a little.
Okay.
Like, think about it. It's like sneezing with your eyes open. You can't do it.
Right. Which is scary when you're driving, by the way.
Sneezing,
Like
farting, and
no,
driving.
just sneezing. I hate sneezing when I'm driving a car. It's terrifying. I feel like I'm going to die.
So you're, like, talking to someone, and they pause a second, and you're like, wow, is this person, like, really thinking this over? Because we were just talking about, like,
Right.
NASCAR.
Right. So it's like there's no... Oh.
And they're like...
Okay, cool, bro. Cool, bro. Nice.
Just think about that for a second.
Dude,
and then
think
you'll be in a
about
better
dude,
mood.
think about it,
Seriously,
dude.
think about it.
Well, it's like how it's really bad because like it's really hard to hide farting because like instinctively you look around to make sure no one noticed.
Like right
But-
after.
Right after, but that defeats the purpose because it's like
I mean, I don't.
oh well I do, and so what that
I
means
gotta
is
watch
that
out
like
for that.
I'm like because people
Like,
probably
do you
was
literally
that a
like
fart?
fart and then dart your eyes around?
Yeah, so it's like because people's reactions like is that a fart? No, for some sneaker like squeaked, something happened. But
It
then
was
like
the
there was
shirt.
that one person is like darting their eyes and like swiveling their head. So it's like I've ruined it. I could have got away with it. I was in a play and I did that.
You farted
On
on
stage,
stage,
on stage.
and then you looked around.
Yeah,
Were you the villain?
yeah. No, I was a good guy. I was the main guy.
Oh.
But I was like a
'cause it would've
lame.
worked
I
with
was like a
your-
lame,
you're-
gross.
If you're playing Snidely Whiplash or something.
It was like I think it might have been in rehearsal, but they all laughed at me. They all started cracking up. I was like, and then I played a caveman, so I like rolled it into my character and like smacked my butt afterwards.
Oh man.
But it was
That's
funny.
degrading.
It was funny. It was great.
Huh.
Stay in character, Joe. Number
Well,
one
I
rule.
find it important when you fart to like be as cool as fucking possible. You can tell.
Yeah, bro,
You
uh-huh.
can tell I
I
was the
farted.
one who farted if I
Uh-huh.
haven't said anything in a couple minutes. Like, I'm just not talking at all or moving.
That's your tell.
That's my tell.
That's pretty funny. I know it's early, but I want to jump into a story a little bit.
All right, let's just we're
Yeah.
10 minutes in already. Might as well.
Okay. Well, CNN reports Bill Clinton posed in this picture with a bunch of porn stars
What?
recently.
Really?
Yeah. Now, there's
Did
a
he
few
not
issues.
know?
There's a few. Well, I don't know. There's a few issues here. He probably didn't know. He was at a hotel in Monte Carlo in Monaco, and he basically was I guess there at the same time as these three porn stars who took a picture of themselves with him. One of them tweeted it, and it's like big
Ooh.
jokes and fun things now. But I have some systemic issues with this story. I don't like that are subtextual and stuff.
Okay.
First of all,
Wait,
I'm looking
could
at
you-
these.
Just name the porn stars. Everyone
Okay,
wants
yeah, well, I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm looking at them, and I read later their names are Brooklyn Lee, Tasha Rain, and Jennifer Taule, Taule.
The funny thing about porn is those are like really crazy names, but they're the most generic names in the
Oh,
world
yeah, they're
in
bad
terms
porn
of
names.
porn.
But
I have
okay,
no
so now
idea.
people are like, there's like a little bit of like a, oh, haha. First of all, one, I need to get into porn. Actually, this is my only point. I really need to get into porn because these 3 porn stars are like chilling in Monaco.
Yeah, what
In
the
Monte
fuck?
Carlo,
How'd they get into
which is-
Monaco with
which
names
is-
like that?
Right, which is like, what is it? It's like the nation built on like casinos and dreams.
Look, if I haven't heard of you and you're a porn star, you can't
Right,
get into
that's-
Monaco.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like I'm looking at the picture
They literally
and I
call
haven't
me
seen
every time.
I haven't seen any of these people having sex before.
Every time a porn star tries to get into Monaco, they call me. The city calls me.
The city of Monte Carlo
City
calls Joe and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Kirkwood."
Have you heard of what was it?
Brooklyn Lee.
I'll be like, no.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like these 3 women, I'm looking at them, and I'm almost certain I've never seen any of the 3 of them have sex, which is like, it's not extremely likely that I would, but it's not really unlikely either, given
Right.
the nature of porn.
Well, I
and
think
me.
that everyone who is like well versed in online porn knows like the same like I don't know like 40 or 50 people.
Yeah, it's a problem when you
and
get
if
to
you're
know
not in the top of
guys.
there, you shouldn't be going overseas with it. You're not an international sensation.
Right, exactly, and it's
Fucking
like,
ridiculous.
right, what are you doing? And maybe they're on vacation, maybe they're just friends, like, but still, like, I never,
Yeah,
I don't
but they
reckon.
can't afford to go to Monaco.
I know.
It's not like it pays a lot.
Right, and they're staying in a hotel or hanging at a hotel where Bill Clinton is staying for like some fucking major fundraising event.
Right.
So my point is, who are these 3?
And why
and
aren't you
either
in porn?
why, like, well, why haven't I seen you 3 having sex yet?
Right.
Or why aren't I doing porn? But yeah, I don't know if you heard me say it, but like the real problem is when you start like recognizing guys.
Well, actually, you should. It's
Well, they
easier to
reuse-
recognize guys because there are only like 8 of them.
Right, they reuse them
Yeah.
because like they just circulate them around.
Did you ever click off one because you're just like, I don't like this guy. I don't know what it is. I don't like him.
Oh, let's
That
think.
happens to me.
Yeah, well, I think I click off it when, like, sometimes the guy's like the main character and he's acting
Yeah.
and he's like,
Unless it's Evan Stone.
right, who's hilarious.
It's awesome.
He's so funny.
Well, there's this one male porn star. This is kind of a inside reference, but to those who will get it, it's really funny.
Mhm.
He looks a lot like Darius Kasparaitis.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
a hockey player, and it's just I can't deal with it.
Can I Google Darius Kasparaitis
Not
and
right
maybe
now.
recognize this
It's-
porn star?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, can you spell Kasparaitis for
It's
me?
like
Actually,
Casper
Google
the
will
Friendly
help me with
Ghost, but with a K because he's
Okay.
from Eastern Europe.
Darius Kasparaitis. Let's see if I.
He's
all
an
right.
ugly motherfucker. Do you get anything?
Yeah, I have his picture. I don't recognize the porn star that his face resembles.
All right. Well,
So we're not frequenting the same websites or.
that's unlikely. I
No,
mean,
yeah, it
there are
is
only so
unlikely.
many people
Like-
doing porn.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, it's just it's funny because there's so many more women. I think
Well, yeah.
doing it, especially doing straight porn. I think they just have like this like like the casting directors have a Rolodex of like 10 guys. It's like this guy's good
Yeah,
because that's a skill set. We don't have to get into it, but that's a real skill set.
I know.
Not for me.
Well,
Let me tell
you
you.
said you wanted to.
Well, I just want to go to Monte Carlo. Maybe I have to. Maybe I have to sleep
there-
with people on camera to get
Probably
there.
easier ways to do it. All you have to do is sleep with Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Get into
That's right.
those trousers,
it's well. Yeah, I could do it.
or just stow away on his plane.
It'd be really easy. Or fly there. It's only gonna be a
Stow
few
away.
hundred. Like I can get there.
No, the thing is, when you get there, they'll stop you at customs and they'll call me.
Oh right, I forgot. I forgot that somehow you're chief of customs of Monaco.
But only through if I've seen you in.
Well, you applied online, and like you're like, well, can I work from home? And like, oh, of course, Mr.
Here's what you do: you film yourself a sex tape with whoever. It's irrelevant.